Hi everyone, deer season came and is almost gone. This Sunday, half an hour after sundown, it will be all over until next year. So this weekend I'm going to be doing something different. I am coming back to the same area that I came to three or four times, but I'm focusing on a different spot. And what I will do differently this time is that Saturday morning I will hike out there, spend the whole day there, and then spend the night, camp out there, and then come back Sunday morning. I think it's going to take about 2-3 hours. I want to be there at sunset. But if I wait until sunset, then I have to hike back in the dark, and I really don't want to do that. And then the next morning I have to wake up super early and then hike out there again to be there at sunrise. So this way I have a small tent, I'm taking that, and a sleeping bag, which would be kind of heavy. And I have to take more food and more water and everything, and it will be freezing cold, but I think it will be really worth it. And even if I go home empty-handed once again, at least I will know that I had done everything I possibly could. So keep my fingers crossed. Hopefully we'll get something, but I know this will be another amazing weekend because this is something I have never done, so this will be a first. I'm sure you noticed that I brought my dog with me, and this is the first time. Usually, well, I always take him camping, and when I go hiking I take him with me, but when I go hunting he stays behind and he sort of guards the campsite because you can't hunt with the dog, right? Well, I had a lot of people telling me that actually you can take a dog with you, even deer hunting. I mean, obviously he's not a hunting dog, so I can explain it that he's just there as a companion and for safety. But also a lot of people were telling me for his own safety, not to leave him behind because there are too many mountain lions around. And so I said, okay, I'll take him with me. I was so worried that he would be in the way, but he actually did really good. Anytime he stopped, he was just a little bit crying, like, okay, let's go. He thought he was on a mission. And then when I was just sitting around looking and glassing, he wasn't running around. He was just sitting there with me. He was totally awesome. This morning at sunrise, he was just sitting there with me. He didn't even, I thought he would run around and scare off everybody, but he did really well. So I am very happy that I brought him because he's got a lot of exercise this weekend. I have to say this has been extremely difficult. I was coming down on this ravine and it was just very steep and lots of moving rocks. I hate that. Lots of slippery things. Took me forever, but I'm hardly any closer to where I'm going, but looks like it's gonna be a lot easier from here, hopefully. I'm kind of going in that direction. So this is kind of hard to decide. I am actually not at the meadow. I'm looking at it. I don't think there's any point in going down there. I don't think the deer just walk across even at night. And from here I can actually see. I think I can set up my tent up here, and there's a big chance they might be coming up here this way or that way. This ravine goes all the way up, and I have seen some tracks. It's kind of hard to see because the ground is kind of hard, like the soil is hard, There's lots of rocks, so the tracks are not that obvious, but I don't know. It's hard to decide, but I think I'm gonna stay here. The only problem is I don't have that much water. I mean, I have enough, but it's me and the dog, and I have energy drink, but that's not the same as water. And the river is over the meadow, but I don't think I'm gonna hike down there because then I'll just be even more thirstier. So I don't know, but I'm sure we'll survive. So I'm just gonna hang out here, hike around a little bit, and wait for sunset, which should be about a couple of hours actually. So this will be my campsite for tonight. It's interesting that I started camping about 2.5 years ago, and this was my very first tent that I bought, and this dog has always gone with me. Actually, the first time I didn't even have a tent. The second time I got this one, it's like $25, and this was the same sleeping bag that I had, and it's perfect. I mean, the tent is really lightweight, the sleeping bag is heavy, but I bought a bunch of hand warmers, some extra clothes, and enough food and everything. So I'm making a little campfire right here, just a little bit, so I'll have a little fire, and I'll be out here looking down tonight, see what I see, and then tomorrow morning I might hike out. I don't know yet, but this will be a new experience for me, and I'm looking forward to that. So I decided to go hike around and possibly even go down to the river, which is over the meadow. We had about 2 hours to sunset, and I was like, well, we need water, let's just do it, it won't take too long. So about after 10 minutes I found this water right here. So my dog drank and drank and is still drinking, and I filled up both of my water bottles. So I think we're good. I brought my gun, my tag, my headlamps, my headlights, and everything I need. And I guess the deer just need to come down here to this water. They don't actually need to go all the way to the river. So on my way back, I'm just looking around, trying to see deer tracks, and of course I found in two different places mountain lion poop. So that was interesting. Of course I know they're out here, but up until now I haven't seen them. So I'm just gonna look around, and then the sun is about to go down in about an hour. This hunting trip was another experience that I will never forget. This was very different. So I backpacked out and set up campsite, and I was not cold. It was interesting. I was not cold at all night long. It was maybe like 4 o'clock. I felt a little bit cold, so I took out 2 of those hand warmers, and I was just like holding them, and that was it. It was great. Other than that, it was super uncomfortable. Oh my God. I kept waking up every half an hour. My legs were hurting, my back was hurting, my hips were hurting. But I knew that was gonna happen. And I guess it's still better to be uncomfortable, but not cold, compared to freezing and shivering and everything. Well, I did not see anything. Nothing last night, nothing this morning, nothing on the way back. So I don't know if they have moved down already. I mean, it is still really warm. I guess I would be lying if I said I wasn't disappointed, but that's just how it is. I mean, I've heard that in this zone in D7, only about 5 to 7% of the hunters are successful, so I guess I'm the other 95%. But that's okay, because this hunting trip was another experience that I will never forget. This was very different, so I backpacked out and set up campsite. Deer hunting season is over until next year. It is now Sunday afternoon and I am about to jump in my truck and I'll be home in 3 hours. Now, even though I have nothing to show for it, it was really exciting and very interesting. I have learned a lot in this season than I have learned in the last 2 years. I have met a lot of new friends in person and online, and I've learned so many new things. And even this backpacking trip this weekend, I will definitely be doing that again, because I think that you have a big advantage by doing that. So I will do that next year for sure. But right now it is still bear season and I do have a bear tag, so we have 2 months left. So I will be chasing after bears, a very different type of animal, different type of hunting, but I am looking forward to that. So thank you so much for watching and stay tuned for more, and don't forget to subscribe if you have not already. Thank you.